Hi guys, today I'll be teaching you on how to do a proper underarm waxing. First, you apply a baby powder to help reduce oil, sweat, and just keep that area dry before you apply your wax. Next, you apply your wax from the top to the bottom and make sure you spread it evenly around the underarm, and then when you're done applying it, you get your strip, because this wax is called a soft wax, and you pull from the bottom. Do not pull from the top. Remember, you're doing wax, you pull from the opposite direction. Because you applied from the top, you pull from the bottom. But when you apply from the bottom, down to from the bottom to the up, you pull from the up. So in this particular video, we are applying from the top to the bottom. So we are pulling from the bottom. Next, I'm applying another wax because that first one that I pulled did not pull out the hairs very well. So I have to apply another one and then pull it again. Now I'm going to apply another wax, because you know one thing with wax is that when you pull and you notice you have tiny hairs, I don't really like to pick with tweezer. I like to use the wax to remove everything entirely. So now on this particular one now is now the upper part is where there's still small hairs. So I applied from the top, from the bottom. Yeah, that's how I do. You apply in another direction so that if that hair grew in another direction, you're able to pull it off easily. Always remember to apply pressure. To always, when you pull, you apply pressure on that spot where you pull. This helps to ease the pain. So just press it down just for a few minutes, few seconds, then you remove your hand before applying another one. And if you notice, I was not repeating a particular spot over and over again. Now you see how I came back to this part again. When I did this part now, I did it from the top to the bottom. I think that was the second strip wax time I pulled. I did it from the top to the bottom. Now I'm applying it sideways so that whichever way the direction of that hair goes, it pulls it off completely. But you know, if you don't want to keep repeating this process again, you just use tweezer. Especially when you know the hair is just tiny, you just use your tweezer. Now I'm checking if there's any other hair. Next, I'll have to get, because there's no other hair, I have to get my what do you call it again? My wipes, and applied a post wax oil, which is an after wax oil. If you don't have an after wax oil, you can use a baby oil to clean off any residue left. And that is it. You have a smooth underarm in just a few seconds. Bye. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more beauty tips.